Inside the Circle, Season 7, Episode 7.1. Shawn, we got all kinds of stuff over here. Inside the 360 on Twitter, follow us. 5 days to district tournament. Friday night fireworks. ITC Pick'ems contest. Shawn, I think we had 53 and then... Oh, wait, 47 and 53 entrants over the last few years. Yeah, it is. 50. But Shawn, people want to know. People want to know. Are we ever going to pay out money for that? You'd have to get money in order to pay money out.
I think people like the shirt.
Yeah, I like the sweatshirt personally. I might bust it up to champion next year.
So we're going to sweatshirt this year?
I would like to if we got one available.
We do.
Oh,
we can give a sweatshirt.
My idea was a lampshade, but if you want to do a sweatshirt, I'm down with that.
I'm still waiting for my
my coasters.
My coaster, man.
You know what I'm bringing to Darby? I'm bringing the coasters.
Thanks, man.
Shawn, in the meantime, let's talk a little bit about the Newark Wildcats Wrestling, hooking us up with some gear.
This is a nice shirt.
I like these shirts.
When I put this shirt on, I was like, this feels really nice.
Really nice. Snuggly, snuggly.
Right.
But Shawn, dude, the sectional tournament happened this past weekend. I was athlete. My wife wanted to know what I was getting into Friday night. I looked at her sideways like...
Did you not look at the calendar?
Honey, it's a sectional tournament. Hello? Anywho, but she was like, yeah, but I thought that was Saturday for you. Yeah, but Division 2's 2 days, sweetie. Oh, where's that? Licking Valley, let's go. Shawn, there were 8, count them, 8 sectionals in the Central District. Yes, 8. First one, Ridgedale, Madison Plains, Licking Valley, as we mentioned, today. Central District Division 1 had 5 sectionals, Marysville 2, Marysville 1, Upper Arlington, Watkins Memorial, and Newark.
I'm proud of you for getting Watkins Memorial because whenever something happens out there, like, what am I forgetting?
Yes.
What am I forgetting?
Turns out it was Watkins Memorial. But this time I got it, Shawn. Let's talk wrestling. Let's talk sectional tournament. This is the time when it all goes down and I don't know if you saw it at your sectional. I noticed a little bit of fire, a little bit of tension. Kids recognize it's do or die time. Coaches getting into it. It's like, they're like, yeah, come on. And then, yeah, when they win, you know, we all get it.
It's a little different.
It's a little different.
Huh?
A little different than that mid-January tournament. A little different than that holiday tournament. A little different than that opening tournament. Like, look, we're all learning. It's cool, man. You got Cradle. It's cool. But not now. We talked about this. It's all good. But, Shawn, let's go down to Ridgedale. Yes, up. Just past Marion. Most certainly. D3 sectional, Central District. Shawn, I want you to talk a little bit about Ridgedale right now before I get into the results. I know you had something you wanted to mention.
I did. You know, me and Mark, we talked at the beginning of the year when we had our address.
The state of the sport address.
The state of the sport address.
Try that again.
Look, took you there in the middle. Well, anyways, we talked about the numbers of wrestling either stagnant or declining, and we were looking at Division 3 wrestling this year in Central Ohio. My God, I mean, there were only 70 people that participated in the Ridgedale sectional out of 12 schools. So that's basically 5 kids per weight. But you know, some of these weights we looked at, like 126 only had 2 kids. 132 and 160 only had 3 kids.
Yes.
And 9 weights total had 5 or less kids. I mean, that's like crazy to me. 79 people were entered, and we had 9 scratches by Saturday. You know, it leads to a bigger picture that me and Mark talk about. I think that our sectional selection day being a month out is way too big. I mean,
way too early. Way too early.
I mean, a month. Like,
yes.
A month is too big of a time gap there. I mean, when we have scratching 9 kids in 2 days,
yes.
What's going to happen over 30 days?
That's
and I'm
true.
like, man, this is something I think we need to address. But
there was wrestling going on.
There was wrestling. Before I get on my soapbox,
I'm about to say you can probably step off of it now.
Or go down this rabbit hole that we're never going to find. Let's talk about the wrestling there.
Let's.
The winner was perennial powerhouse in Division 3 in the local area, Northmore. I mean, they came out on fire there.
They did.
208 points?
Yes. And they bested Marion Pleasant.
Marion Pleasant?
Yes. 195.
Yeah, a little hometown there. I mean,
rivalry, man. I would love to go to that tournament, man.
195 points. Liberty Union gets 3rd with 151.
Yes.
And then Mount Gilead gets 4th with 87. We're going to talk about that to show the separation of the top 3. You're going from 151 at 3rd to 87 at 4th. So we had a big gap there. But
true.
Northmore did have some champions, didn't they?
They did have some champions. Shawn, Northmore, this is what Northmore does. They develop the wrestlers all season long. I know.
They really do.
And I'm not saying Marion Pleasant doesn't. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying this has been the staple for Northmore. And this time...
at least a decade.
Yes. Yes.
Seriously,
easily.
at least a decade.
They walked away with 8 finalists. 6 of those Six of those. Yes. Champ, that's more than a handful. That is 6 champs. They had Brockwell? Yes, at 106.
Yeah.
They had T. Ramos at 120 pounds.
His brother got second.
Yes, he did.
His brother got second.
Ooh, someone's bragging at home. I'm just saying, someone else gets the second dollop of mashed potatoes because they were the champ. At 132, they had a men's. Then Cristo at 145 or 138, excuse me, was a champ. They had Martinez at 145, followed by my man Becker.
There you go.
Boom, Thorhammer at 170. That's right,
okay.
Shawn. That was a great job by Northmore. They did a fantastic job. Second place, Marion Pleasant. They had 3 champs.
That's 3, yeah.
3 champs. They had DePoy at 113, Chase at 126, and Phillips at 152. They did a great job, Shawn. Those guys will go to Buckeye Local all the way out east. What, an hour and a half, hour 45, 2 hours. Yep. Keep going a little further. When you hit West Virginia, just turn around, take a couple steps back. They will go out to the Buckeye Local District Tournament. They will be met there by the Madison Plains.
You know, it's crazy. Buckeye Local used to be in the Derby District back in the early 90s.
Ooh, you're showing your age.
Well, I'm showing that the
they
Still
left.
Mills,
Yes.
all those things dried up.
The old
Really,
Rust Belt.
really condensed that
Good point,
area
good point.
over there. But without getting into Ohio history, let's go look at Madison Plains as we continue to want to get off track here. Madison Plains, again, they had exactly 70 people wrestled just as they did at Ridgedale.
Yes.
Do you find that odd that they both had exactly 70?
No, they called each other. Let's just get 70 guys in there. Yeah.
Well, this was a little different because 89 people were entered on Thursday, but only 70 wrestled on Saturday. And it goes back to this thing that somehow we lost 19 people in 48 hours. I don't know how that's possible, but...
Is there a missing persons ad that we don't know about?
I don't know. Kids, it's like milk cartons. Let's start checking milk cartons and stuff like that.
Let's hope everybody's okay.
But anyways, local school there, West Jeff.
Rough Riders.
Rough Riders come out on top with 166.5 points. North Union.
Yes.
Second.
Boom, with 143 points.
Who rounded out the top 3?
Bishop Reedy, the Silver Knights, Shawn.
The Silver Knights.
Led by Anthony Aiello, class of 95, I do believe. I think he jumped ship to Grove City by then.
I think 95. He was
I think it was 96,
state qualifier for Reedy in 94, though.
Yes, there you go. But all that to say, those are your top 3 teams.
Some of these champs are West Jeff.
I can most certainly do that. Yes, West Jeff. West Jeff walks away 106.
Okay.
George. They also had Buckland at 126. Then they had Keckley at 160, followed by Lure at 285. There's a chance I know his dad. Chance. Or an uncle. Yes. Okay. They had some lures over at Groveport. I'm waiting to just run into him, and I'd love to cross paths.
Who got second there?
Second was North Union.
North Union. They had a couple champs too, didn't they?
Yes, they did. They had Rifle at 113, followed by Cox Hilton at 182.
Okay, what about these Silver Knights you keep talking about?
Oh, the Silver Knights, most certainly. Returning state qualifier, I do believe. Halco at 145. And then up and coming, Aiden Aiello at 120 pounds.
Ooh, okay. Good job, everybody.
Fantastic, yes.
Well, there has to be a sectional champion there we have to mention, right?
Yeah. Of course.
Something just jumps out at you?
Yes, Hudson Jump. Listen. If you have not watched this man wrestle, and I do say man, and I mean that, if you have not watched this man wrestle, I'm not going to tell you to go to Buckeye Local for the district tournament.
We're not going to buy you a bus.
Yeah, we're not going to just wait till you get to the state tournament, because I'm telling you what, this dude is a hammer. Absolute hammer.
Are you going to go qualify for the state this year?
Yeah, I think he will.
Okay.
Yeah, returning state champ, yeah, I think he will, number 1. Number 2, his movement for a 220-pounder is amazing. His lateral movement is phenomenal. I haven't seen movement like this since Luke Fickle.
Oh, I thought you were going to say me.
Oh,
God, I really thought you were going to say me. Like, since the old Shawn Penn back in the late 80s.
Yeah, I guess I could have said that.
Really good there, man.
Yes. Shawn, that's your D3 stroke. I think most certainly they did a great job. I love announcing D3. Great job, guys. I know we haven't given you as much love all through season. We missed a few episodes this year, but we are watching, we are paying attention, and we're glad to be able to...
And we are...
Inside the circle,
recognizing
and celebrating the hardest working kids in Central Iowa. So with that in mind, we'll jump to Division II, Licking Valley. Shawn, my wife wanted to know what I was doing Friday night. Of course, it's sectional week. I was glad it started at 6 and let me round out some stuff at home and head out there. I started heading out there.
Mark, before you get into Licking Heights, you were out there on Friday.
I was.
Covering it as, I think the Licking Valley or the Division II people don't like that they have so many teams at one section.
No, they don't.
But do you know how much I would love to have a sectional in Columbus with like 20 schools.
That would be absolutely awesome.
That would be crazy. But going down
2 sectionals in Division 1.
History lane here, a long time ago, probably 23 years ago, they actually did that once. They only had 2 sectionals in Division 1. No, they had 2 sectionals Division 1, and they took the top 8 and made a district out of it. I think they did that 1 year or for 2 years.
Would that have been early 90s?
I think it was like the late
80s.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I can see
now.
that. I think we had 2 sectionals in Dublin one time.
Kelly Hilbert. He's gonna know that.
Kelly Hilbert will know, number 1.
I'm gonna ask
you know who else might know? Mickey Ballmer. That dude is a treasure trove of information.
Yes.
But we are completely off Licking Valley, and that's where we're going. I was there, and you know what I loved? I loved being at Licking Valley. I hadn't been there since my son wrestled there in like 4th grade. It's been a while. It was nice to get there, but it was even nicer.
No, it's not nice to get there.
Yes, it was.
Forever to get there.
Nah, it was, yes. But it was nice to have everybody in the same room, just rocking and rolling. That is where my Saturday started.
Not energy?
Oh, man. People were pumped. Crazy? Yes. It was great. And, Shawn, Licking Valley runs a good tournament. They had 3 mats in their main gym. They had a 4th mat over in the auxiliary gym.
I don't like that.
I don't like that, but I think they made it work well. They did a good job. They had Roger Morgan's running it, so that's all good. But all that to say, Shawn, we're going Licking Valley, and we talked about the top 3 teams.
Who are our teams we had at the beginning of the year?
I want to give them, but not in the right order here.
No, I want to give them in the order we had them.
Okay, cool.
We had River Valley on top.
Yes.
We had
I thought
Bishop
Hartley second.
And then we had London 3.
Yes. And it turns out
they all finished in the top 3?
Yes, they did. Number
Just
1.
Where we had it?
No.
Oh.
Unfortunately. There were some jumps. There's some Jen Hare scoring in there. But London walks away your champ with 235.5 points, Shawn.
You were there on Friday and you were communicating through cell phone and text stuff. I was like, man, these guys are coming out like their hair's on fire. They got out quick, didn't they?
Yes, they did. They were out by 20 or 30 points in the first round, and then it just started going from there.
Yes. They just kept that margin of 20 points, 25. It'd go back to 15, but then they'd get it back up to 28.
Yes.
They kept that margin.
And it was awesome. Followed by River Valley with 188.5 points, followed by Bishop Hartley with 163. So, Shawn, to commend us, we did have the top 3 teams. We just didn't have them in order. Well, bracketing plays into that, of course. Jen Harris scoring plays into that. Stroke!
And that random draw.
Right. Oh, random draw. We'll most certainly get to that. But, Shawn, London walks away with 2 champs. They had Davis at 126, followed by Huff at 220 pounds. And I cannot say enough. They were a representative for the state duels, London. And then they just sort of rode that wave all the way until this tournament. So great job. I can't wait to see what happens next week for those guys. River Valley walks away with 3 champs. Shawn, you have been on this kid, I swear it feels like, for 5 months. Kearney from 106 from River Valley.
Yes.
You love this kid. We saw him at a couple of tournaments. It's like, this dude is fantastic. Works hard. I mean, all match. Every position he's working hard. Followed by Daniels, who is always there at 160. And then 170 was Cummings at 170.
Right.
So those guys did a great job. Hartley walks away with not 1, not 2, not 3 champs, 4 champs.
Stop. So the champion had 2 champs.
Yes.
The runner-up had 3 champs.
Yes.
And the 3rd place had 4 champs.
Yes. This is the definition of Jen Harris' story.
This is why I feel like that should be mixed up somehow. So basically, I'm going to say I was right since they had 4 champs.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. So we had Norwood at 138, but we also had Petrella at 113. I messed that up there. Petrella at 113. Norwood at 138, who had a great match.
Great match with Anton Burns,
Yes, most certainly. And then followed by Rathburn, who's put in a ton of work. All of them have. Followed by Jackson, who avenges his matches against Potts from his sales at 285 pounds. I wish I could have been there, but at the same time.
It's a good time to get those wins over guys that have.
Yes, most certainly. So. Fantastic point, Shawn. That is your Division II. Those guys, again, head out to Buckeye Local.
Division 2 heads out the heat.
Yes, I know. I knew that. That's what I was going to say. Division 2
goes
out the heat.
Going on there.
I do, but Shawn, I'm here to tell you, I'm so excited. This is a great week of wrestling, and I'm just amped up. Shawn, let's go to Division 1 now.
Okay.
Here's how we're going to run it. We're going to go Marysville 2, which heads up to Minner for the district tournament. Then followed by Marysville 1. We're just going to stay in the same gym because that's where it was. Then we're going to go to Upper Arlington. That's what I was doing. Then we're going to go to Upper Arlington, followed by Watkins Memorial, and then Newark. So, Shawn, let's break down the Marysville 2 sectional.
Yeah, well, at the beginning, a month ago, when we had the selection on Sunday and we talked about the teams, for one, yeah, about 3 months ago. But for one, I don't like they changed this year. I don't know if most of you know that. Before in the past, if you got bumped, you couldn't go to a sectional that was already filled.
True.
Only a ranked team that has not picked yet could go to a sectional that's full, and I know that's confusing for you guys who don't do it. But now you can bump wherever you want, and it was kind of like a funnel. Like everyone just kept getting funneled to this Marysville 2 sectional that leads up to Mentor, and not a lot of people want to do it. But somebody did want to do it.
I thought there were 2 teams that picked. I could be wrong on that one. Yeah,
there was one team that picked. It was Pickerington North, and me and Mark talked about, like, we know Coach Honey, we know that team, we know his philosophy. This is a good move for him. He's looking not short term, but long term for building wrestling in Pickerington North. And boy, did it work out well for them. They run a solid second there with 10 district qualifiers.
That's handfuls.
That is crazy. Congratulations, Coach.
Great job.
Ashland did win it with 315 points. We know they were coming in good. They're from that area. Have had success for many years in Division II and Division I, but Pickerington North, I think, did a fabulous job there by having the plan of we're going to get the most kids we can in Mentor to get some experience, and it exactly worked out for them.
Most certainly.
Number 3 there was Reynoldsburg.
Ooh, go Raiders!
Go Raiders there. They had two sectional champs.
They did.
We had Copus win it at 45 and Ratliff win it at 52.
Boom!
Congratulations to them. I think they had a couple other district qualifiers possibly.
I do believe they did. Yeah.
And then St. Chuck.
Watch out! St. Charles!
St. Charles there had a champion as well in Grimes at 170. So congratulations to Chris and the whole staff there for getting the kid to the district tournament.
Great job. And they got to watch the other sectional if they weren't busy watching their own sectional. If they weren't busy with
the price of one. So that was the Marysville 2 sectional that leads up to Mentor. And I do want to make note that every team in that sectional had a district qualifier.
Man, that is awesome,
and me and you're big on that.
I'm huge on it. Spread that love, baby. But you got to earn it, but I do love spreading that love.
So congratulations everyone for having at least one district qualifier.
Certainly. Shawn, let's go. Let's just look on the other side of the gym now.
Okay.
Marysville won. Yeah, behind the curtain.
Curtain out.
This is, I'm going to use the word dominated. And it might not seem that way when I read off the team scores. Dublin Coffin walked away your district or your sectional champs with 291.
Oh, don't give away the whiteboard stuff.
I would never. 291.5 points in front of Marysville with 229, followed by Mount Vernon with 162. So that's a big drop off there. They had 291.5 points. Shawn, they absolutely dominated. They got all 14 kids to the district tournament.
No way.
True story. True story. All 14. And if they could have got their backup in, he would have got in too, I think. Whatever weight class he was in. They could have got 15. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Me and Mark talked all year, and I think some people beat me up on Twitter or Facebook.
I know they
did. But, I really said this all along. This was a very good, I kept saying they were the best dual meet team in the area, regardless of division or whatever. I mean, they got all 14 people out, so every weight class every weight class they had a district qualifier kid there we talked about. I mean, they had 9 finalists and 6 champions. I mean, they really had a good showing out there. They had what weights did they have champions at?
113 with Ballman. Yeah, 120.
Devontae Cooper.
Yes, 126.
Ayub.
Yes, 182.
I don't know that kid.
Wolak, yeah, I'll tell you about it. He's pretty good. I know, I got you. 195 was Shoemate, followed by 285, the Fanginator.
Fanginator, so yeah.
Stud.
I think what's being overshadowed here is Marysville, who had a phenomenal tournament itself.
Yes.
I think, it always happens, though. They always talk about the champion, like who won the Super Bowl in 2018.
I don't know who.
That's terrible, but nobody remembers the runner-up. But Marysville really did have a great showing. They had 7 finalists themselves, and they had 4 champions.
4 champs. 4 champs. Think about that. I'm gonna hold on. I'll guess.
Everything with you is a guess.
Yeah, I know, and it's true. I'm guessing Lincoln and Walker Hurd.
Okay.
And now I'm running thin. I would also say they're 45-pounder Will.
Yeah, Shawn.
Okay. Oh, 220 Smeagol.
And Smeagol.
Boom! I got all 4 of those boys. A steel trap.
Yeah, that's a solid.
Trust me, Scott. I got a steel trap up here. I know this stuff.
They had a great showing in Mount Vernon. Again, I think we picked this in order here. I think we had, we did our rankings.
Yeah.
I think went a solid trifecta, Dublin Coffin over Marysville over Mount Vernon there.
Can you parlay that over to UA?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I hit that too.
But Shawn, before we go to UA,
No, we got to talk about Mount Vernon one here. They got third with 162.
Yes.
And they did have a champion, and Max Van Osten at 170. So congratulations to everyone there. We did have some notable matches.
Yes,
there,
I wanted to mention that. I wanted to mention at 145 pounds, we never got a chance to mention this, state qualifier Buell from Worthington Kilbourne, he bumps up to 145.
I love the move.
I do too.
I love that move.
Love it. And he's wrestling Marysville's Will at 145 pounds. It's a great match. Will's a freshman. Okay. He's wrestling a returning state qualifier who I do believe is a junior this year. So they're going at it, and Shawn, lo and behold, not only do you get 2 sectionals in the gym, you get bonus wrestling. Sudden victory.
Ooh.
Who gets that takedown? We already said Will.
Will.
Dang, but that's a great match, and that's the kind of thing that's going to lead into Friday and Saturday at the district tournament.
He's wrestling well right now.
Say that again?
I think he's wrestling very well right now.
Okay, good.
So do you think he will get into the state tournament?
Woo! We're going to find out. And I think, here's my point. This is what I meant by leading into the Friday and Saturday at the district tournament. Man, you just beat a state qualifier, returning state qualifier. You've got to ride that momentum. You have to ride that momentum all the way through practice leading into the district tournament. Okay. And you got to go. Right. So, Shawn, we got that.
We're good.
That was a good match to mention as we move into Upper Arlington, who... If Dublin Coughlin blitzed that field, I think Upper Arlington blitzed this field. Upper Arlington, your home school, walks away with 237 points. They had 11 district qualifiers, 10 finalists, 6 chances.
10 finalists?
10 finalists. And 6 chances. We'll get to more of that in a second.
Wow.
Olentangy Orange finishes second with 84.5 points. And then Pick Central rounds out your top 3 with 172 points. Wow. Shawn.
Well, tell me about some of these.
I would love to talk about
champions. Arlington they're having 6 of them.
6 champs. They had Thomas at 106 pounds. Yes. Got to see him up at Medina. Does a great job. He's long and he uses it well. Beam at 113. Okay. Heron, hello, at 120. Back. Oh, yeah. 120 pounds. McHugh at 145.
Wrestling well right now.
Yes. A name we haven't mentioned too much, but he's coming on strong. 160-pounder.
Sohomiyan?
Sure, why not?
We're going to go to Sohomiyan.
Yeah, deal. And then they also had Freeman at 182 pounds.
Yes.
Shawn, Upper Arlington is wrestling well. They were the class, I think, of that sectional, obviously. And very good team wrestling moving forward. I really look forward to them.
I'm excited to see them.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to get at.
You always have a guy come out of nowhere that I don't even know who he is, somehow be a district
yes.
placer. Like, I've never heard of this guy, but he's a district placer.
Hey, we're inside the circle. How's that possible? Shawn, who got second?
Orange, they had a couple champions?
They did have a couple champions. Torrio, stud, 132 pounds. Nothing else to say about that. Okay. Blunchley at 170. Another name we haven't mentioned too much. 170. And then Pick Central, who rounded out the top 3.
Also I want to mention champion?
Yes, I want to mention Manga Haas at 126 was your champion.
Former district placer, Manga Haas.
Yes, most certainly.
Was there any weights there? You know, we talked about 45 up at Marysville.
Yeah.
Weights that jump out at you that like, hey, this is pretty
I am going to mention this. I'm going to mention, we mentioned Heron won at 120, but it's not the fact that he won. It's how he won. He beat returning state qualifier Bo Branson 16-1, 17-2, 15-0. Yeah. I know he tech followed him. And guys, that's a dominant win. I don't know if you know much about wrestling, but if you're watching the show now, you're going to become inside the circle here. Beating someone by 15 points, you don't get a fluke pin. You know, you don't get a neutral pin. You don't get defensive pin. You don't do that. It's 15-0. That's 15 points.
Wow. You know, another score that we've seen that was very notable to me is a 132 where we had 2 returning state qualifiers wrestle.
Yes.
Torrio and Jesse Bauer.
Yes.
That's go either way. And Torrio really came out and wrestled well, winning 15-5. I mean, he majored another returning state qualifier. So he's another guy we're talking about wrestling well at the right time of the year.
That's taking leaps. And, you know, I'm going to mention one more, if you let me.
Okay.
One more, 152 pounds, a guy that was in the mix this year.
Early, kind of
yes,
a little bit.
Exactly. DeWeese from Hilliard-Davidson. They had the coaching change. You just never can tell. Sometimes whatever happens. But another guy that's been coming up is Fenice from Franklin Heights. Been doing very well. I thought this was going to be a pretty close match, but at the end, a major decision. DeWeese 15-7 over. I'm sorry, DeWeese 15-7 over Fenice. Yeah, that rhymed.
DeWeese.
Yeah,
Fenice.
Yes, very much so.
There.
So the whole idea is that's a big score to me, and I didn't see
for a guy that we weren't sure what we were going to get out. That's what's impressive.
Amazing stuff. So I'm really excited to see. Here's the thing: we didn't go to UA, we didn't go to Marysville. Now we're going to be in the same gym with him, and these names are going to be wrestling. And we'll be like, dude, this is the best. This is the guy who beat Fenice 15-7. This is going to be a great match. So those are your 3 matches at UA that we talked about, Shawn. As we move forward, We're now moving to Watkins Memorial Section.
Where is that school at?
Watkins Memorial is just past Old Man's River Bend.
Old Man's Bend.
Yes, Old Man's Bend is right next to that, so it's great. It's about 10 minutes from my house, so it's very nice to get there
That
early.
explains everything.
Yes, it does. I was able to drop my son off, who wrestled 120 at the sectional tournament, working his way to be a 4-time sectional qualifier.
Okay.
Yeah, that stuff runs in the family. So
who won that out there?
Not a problem, Shawn. It was a great day of wrestling. Westerville North, and I don't know if you mentioned this last week or maybe episode before, but they're coming together as a team.
I really think they are coming together.
They are wrestling well. Westerville North walks away with 11 district qualifiers and 240 points, followed by Delaware Hayes, another team. Hey, you heard it here. This team is rocking and rolling. 204 points. And then Watkins Memorial walks away with third with 191. So pretty close. 50, 60 points, 50 points.
Yeah, that's
not bad. Not bad. So great sectional. I was there all day. I was on the microphone. Hello.
How many district qualifiers did Westerville North get out?
Westerville North got out 11 district qualifiers. Shawn, they had 4 finalists.
Okay.
3 champs.
Okay, who are the champs?
132 Uten.
Okay. My boy Uten?
The one you talked about early in the season that you called 4 months ago? Yeah, that's it. And then Potter for 182. For those of you who hadn't seen him wrestle, this Friday, if you're in the gym, you will know he's on the mat. This dude is a machine. And then, can't wait to see where he signs. 220 Goldsmith. Bumped up from 195 up to 220.
That's really looking like it worked out, didn't it?
One of the things that I think Goldsmith has going for him is his, and he's strong, he's good at wrestling, but his athleticism is something that's different.
Coaching.
Well, that is true. I mean, Coach Magrum does a great job. I don't know what else you want to say. Shawn, those were your 3 champs.
Well, what does he do good?
His athleticism. He was on his head at one point in the match.
He's very athletic.
Yes, incredibly athletic.
That's very useful in the upper weights.
I agree, and that's my point. Like when you look at a heavyweight and they got small ankles, heads up. So this guy's got it. Shawn, that was one of the teams that did well there. Also, Delaware Hayes walks away with 3 championships.
How many finalists did they have?
They had 7 finalists.
So they had 3 more finalists than Western North?
Yes!
And finished like 36 points back?
Yes, and you know what? Allow me to talk about that here in a minute.
Okay.
I do want to mention this because the couple coaches were talking about it, and I want to bring this up.
Okay.
First off, Juicebox Williams, 138 pounds, your champion, has a great match, and I'll talk about that as well.
Okay.
Emmett Kane at 160, he walks away with a championship, and Delaware Hayes at 195, McCloskey walks away your champ. So,
go
ahead.
McCloskey, I think he won like 3 or 4 total matches his freshman year.
And now he's a sectional champ.
Yes. It shows the progress. If you truly commit to getting better and work hard, you have no idea where the limit really stops.
You know what? I overheard someone behind me talking. This guy missed nothing over the summer. He was involved with Cardinal Wrestling Club, which is available now. He was involved with competition nights, which will be coming up, which will be announced on locations.
And he watches Inside the Circle.
And he watches Inside the Circle. This dude, no, there's just leaps and bounds. There's leaps and bounds. Let's talk about the difference in points. One of the things that happened.
Okay.
Westerville North scored 240, Delaware Hayes scores 204.
Okay.
One of the things that was mentioned right before the final started, hey, I'm looking at this, and it seems like Westerville North had like 7 or 8 first-round matches. We didn't have any. It's odd that it's this random, are you going to call it random? Random draw who gets the first match. Because if you don't have 16 guys, which we only had 10, who's going to get that match if there's only 9 guys?
You know, there's both sides of this because I remember Grant being out at Upper Arlington like 3 or 4 years ago. Me and him talked about it. I was like, man, when I was at Marysville, it didn't seem as random to me. He's like, you know, I thought that when we were at UA, and I thought it went against us. So now that it went for him, I think it's really just the luck of the draw. I mean,
so it truly is random, you're saying?
I don't think, well, there's nothing that's truly random because the program is written for it to do it a certain way. But I think it is truly random. But I think in this scenario, it's either sometimes you're on this side of the draw or sometimes you're on that side of the draw. I really think it's just your day or not your day kind of deal. You know
I'll tell you what. If you're Delaware Hayes...
I disagree with the system we have in place that the number 1 seed doesn't get a
match in the first round, right?
But I think that's a state vote, not a central district vote. Okay. I think this just happens through the whole state.
Okay, so next year at the State of the Sport address, we'll address that.
Correct, we could. We got a lot of stuff we're going to address.
Yes, we are.
Off camera. But
not a problem. Well, Shawn...
Before we leave there, we did not talk about...
I did not talk about Watkins Memorial having 2 champs.
I thought you forgot about him again.
No way. And let me tell you why. Because, let me see where I want to start this. I want to talk about Rennie. He wrestled 152 all year long. He decides to drop to 145.
Oh, like a couple weeks ago?
Yes. and he dropped. And he made that drop, and he looks enormous. He looks a head taller than all of his opponents, and his shoulders are round. I said, dude, Rennie, great job. And he's good at wrestling. Okay. I think he pinned his kid in like 38 seconds in the finals. No. The Hackensmith. You don't know about that. But also, another match. Watkins Memorial walks away a winner. Avenged lost. 4 over Sutander, 3-2. Fantastic match. Again, Ford's out for a little while, and then Bammy comes back, and now he is a sectional champ. Okay. And
was there any matches?
Yes, most certainly. I'm going to mention 138 pounds. Juicebox Williams versus returning state qualifier, Xander Ellison. Former state qualifier, Xander Ellison from Hilliard Bradley. These two did not stop. It was a 6-minute match. I bet they moved, touching each other like in on a single or snapping it down. 5 minutes and 51 seconds. They were constantly moving. And so the entire match was action-oriented. It was fantastic. So there might have been a little bit of break. Towards the end, they just gave a high five, gave a hug, great job, I'll see you next week type of thing. No one was mad that they lost. So 3-2 finals. Great match. Also 170, I talked about that as well. 4 taking on Sutander. Shawn, 2 competitors. Both want to win, both going at it hard, and someone has to win, someone has to lose. So 4 walks away your winner.
Okay.
And great job. And I'm going to mention this before you even get to the Newark sectional. The idea of being a sectional champ sets you up the best to be a district champ.
Don't get me started with Miss and Matt Stout. Plus, you get the bracket.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
I want the bracket, right?
That is true. Shawn, you actually went to Newark. I went to Watkins Memorial. You went to Newark sectional. That's how we got the shirts. And what did you see?
Yeah, I've been going to the Newark section. We talked about when Marysville was going to
5 years?
5 years. 5 years. We talked about when Marysville was going to hold 2 sectionals. That I didn't know if that was going to be enough to prime me away from Newark, but in the end it wasn't, because I love what they do out there. What Coach Martinez got started when he was there, and Ken Justice is doing the exact same thing of keeping this thing going. Again, thanks for the shirts. We love these shirts, man. The wrestlers actually presented them to me.
No, that's sweet.
Yeah, Jay Petros and Hopkins.
Nice, man. That is awesome.
Man. They're like, hey, we like to share. Thanks for coming out here. Blah blah. It was really a nice touch for them to do that.
And they're the ones on Twitter that did 3. They introduced their Periscope. The 3 mats on Periscope, and they let us know. And they did sort of a funny skit with it too.
Right, yeah.
So they did a great job, man. Hey, Newark, I wasn't there last week to say what's up, but I'll be there this week, and I can't wait to see you guys.
They asked if you were like, hey, we're going to see Morgan, blah, blah, blah.
I'll be there, baby.
So,
yep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the
Tell me how the tournament was.
Hospitality room is great. It's very well organized. I mean, it really is.
Hospitality room. Dude, I've got a story. Go ahead. Talk about this, because I'm going to mention it.
But anyways, there was some wrestling going on over there. Old Tangy Liberty, I think, went in as the favorite. Me and Mark talked about, and they ended up winning it pretty handily there. They had 10 district qualifiers come out of there, 6 finalists, and 4 champs. You think you can name the 4 champs?
Yeah, I bet. I can guarantee I can get 2 of them. I'm going to guess Giuliano at 26.
Okay.
I'm going to guess Connor Brady at 60. I'm going to guess Carson Karchla at 170. And then I'm going, it's between Cox and Tong. I'm going to go Tong here at 220.
Good job, Mark. Yes, they did have 4 champions, 6 finalists overall. Old Tangy runs 2nd.
Ooh,
they had a couple
the Braves.
The Braves had a couple champions as well. They had Sherman in a crazy match we'll talk about in a little bit. 120, who comes out on top, and then Nick wins at 132.
4-time district qualifier, Nick.
And then running out the top 3, we had Lancaster at 3rd with 155.5 points, with 1 champ with Logan Hagan.
Certainly, that was a great job. Shawn, you asked me, since I was there all day at Watkins Memorial, you asked me if there were any matches of note. And I'm going to ask you the same thing. At Newark, were there any matches that sort of jumped out at you? What weight class and who were the competitors?
Yeah, there were 3 matches actually that I made note of, and on the broadcast, that live broadcast they had going there, I talked about 3 matches I was going to look at. 120 was an absolute barn burner between Sherman and Egan. I mean, you talk about Juicebox and Ellison wrestling for 5 minutes and 51 seconds. I think this was probably like 9 minutes because it went into overtime and went into the right out overtime there. These guys, it looked like either guy could really win at any point. A lot of scrambles. Just when you thought it was over, somebody would reverse him, getting stuff. So great match. Both guys, I expect to see them do well at Derby this week.
Right.
At 126, not a lot of us got the chance to see Giuliano. Liberty kind of wrestles out of the way of schedule. He was banged up. He didn't wrestle at the Liberty Invitational, so we didn't get to see him. So, what's his style? What's he bringing from Iowa? Iowa, and he wrestled well. He looked physically bigger to me than Reed. He looked like he just really looked bigger than me, and I think that might have been the difference there, the weight there. And then at 138, we had Williams from Tays Valley trying to finally punch his ticket to the shot, and then we had upstart Jacob Hurd from Westland, this freshman that has at least like 3 titles to his name this year. I mean, St. Charles. He's really won a lot of good tournaments.
Yes, he has.
Won the Kevin Cleveland as well.
Yep.
So people wanted to see this match. Williams got on him quick and kind of nursed that lead through the rest of the match. But those were 3 key matches that I think everyone in the gym was excited to watch, and it didn't disappoint.
Well, that's great, Shawn. Those are your Division 3, Division 2, and Division 1 sectionals. Shawn, this sort of marks the end of the Inside the Circle. The next thing we have is the whiteboard predictions.
Well, I think that's the beginning, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, that's true. It's really the start to finish. For every 1 view we get for our normal episodes, we get about 50 for the whiteboard predictions. Right. Actually, I think there are a couple that are over 1,000 now, which is pretty cool. Thank you. We appreciate that. But Shawn, I do want to mention with the whiteboard predictions, we have the Pick'ems contest by Monday by 5 p.m.
And there's a sweatshirt this year.
I would love that. If we've got them available, let's do it. You fill out who you believe to be your top 5 in each weight class. Send them to us.
In order.
106, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, and then 113, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, who you think is going to finish. And then you'll send that to us, and then those are your 56 state qualifiers along with each alternate. And then what we do is we say who's got the most state qualifiers. Yeah. Who has the most state qualifiers, and then if there's a tie, who got the most chance?
I don't think there'll be a tie this year. There's every year
this year's kind of crazy.
This year's kind of crazy. Every year we have done it. We've had a time. We've had to go to our tiebreakers, with the first tiebreaker being who had the most district champs, and who had the most runner-ups, and who had the most thirds. Last year, it went to the 5th tiebreaker.
Holy moly.
Who had the most state alternates?
That is crazy. And then some guy in office work that just happened to watch the show wins. That's great.
That is crazy.
That's great. So anyway, that's a pick'em contest. Again, on average, we get about 50 a year. We'd love to see that number go up, but if it doesn't, no big deal. But the idea is we'd love to have you participate, and everything's anonymous. The only people that get known are the winners.
That's right.
And we don't let them know. We don't let anybody know their picks.
Nobody knows anybody. Yeah, Mark's right. Yes. Nobody knows anybody's picks. We don't tell them anything other than you won. Here's your prize. Here's your prize.
Yeah, there you go.
This year will be a champion. I think it's a champion sweatshirt.
That's
sweet.
With
the ITC
logo
on it.
Awesome. So, Shawn, that's the Pick'ems contest. But before we end,
before you get to there, we have to announce this year's ITC John Brown Wrestler of the Year.
Oh, yes.
I'll give you the privilege of doing that.
Not a problem. Shawn,
I think I did it last year.
Yes, we started this.
It was a 2-horse race.
It really was a 2-horse race.
I think
I was just going to mention that we started this 3 years ago.
The John Brown.
John Brown
Wrestler
of the Year award. We had Fry win it for Dublin Coffin, and then last year was Carson Karchla from Olentangy Liberty. And we started this in memory of John Brown, who passed away tragically in a winter driving accident. So we said, going home to see his family. So what better way to memorialize John Brown? Somebody who did a lot of great things for not only the Central District, but also the state in general. Yes. Not only for wrestlers, but also coaches. Yes. So without further ado, this year's John Brown Wrestler of the Year award goes to Carson Karchla, 170 pounds, Olentangy Liberty. I cannot believe that it's even a question. Well, I guess. Conor Brady are second.
Clearly, yes. I mean, they're both ranked #1 in the nation.
Yes. How do you get better?
They're clearly head and shoulders above everybody, not only in the district, but the state and possibly the nation.
Shawn, and correct me, define what the difference was for you. In my mind, I don't know.
I think when we started this, when we give awards away, it's not just on the mat. It's everything in general. We talk to teachers, we talk to coaches, we talk to
opponents.
Everybody. We really do talk to everyone. And again, this basically came down to a coin flip because both these guys are
on and off the mat.
On and off the mat, great people. Their academics are astronomical. I mean, they're very smart, intelligent people, and it just came down to I guess a gut instinct or.
That's fine. I think the heads. That's what won. To be honest with you, it was flip of the coin.
Really, it came down to just a coin flip, flip caught in the air. So
I'm real good at throwing darts, I guess. But anywho, Carson Karchla, your John Brown Wrestler of the Year award from ITC. We will get you your award.
We'll get you your stuff this week at Derby Tournament.
Whoop whoop. Shawn, there's your John Brown. There's your Pick'ems contest. The last thing we end with, I think we've done this for 3 years now. We want to say thank you. We want to say thank you. There are so many. I just got a text message through the form of ITC Messenger, the Messenger account. Somebody wants to give us a bunch of pictures. They took hundreds of pictures, and they wanted to give them to us. Those pictures will somehow make their way to our website so you can be recognized, so you can be celebrated.
Right.
I didn't take all those pictures. A parent did. We also got a text message over the weekend. Somebody wants to take us to lunch over the summer. Wants to take us lunch. Guys, I'm not asking for a free meal. What I am saying is...
Well, I think you're jumping the gun there. They said Shawn and a guest, and you just assumed you
Yes, that is true. But all I'm saying is you guys make this fun. You really do make this fun. So aside from getting to talk to the kids on a regular basis, we are also talking with adults on more occasions than probably they want to, but ultimately we want to say thank you. But there's more than just fans and wrestlers that we want to say thank you to. We get so much information, inside information, that help us do what we're doing. That, I mean, we want to keep it confidential, but that information helps us through the show. Guys like, people who run tournaments that allow us to get in. They put our names at the door. We really appreciate that. Renner from Big Walnut.
First time I went to Big Walnut this year.
Yes, exactly. Our first tournament. Come on in, guys. What do you want? Here's some brackets. Go.
Here's some brackets. The hospitality
T-shirt.
room,
Yes.
He gave us some T-shirts. So thank you, Coach Renner. Man, that was
Most
awesome.
certainly.
Chance Van Gundy's another guy, man. Anytime I call that guy if they're wrestling Marysville or they got some tri or quad going on with Old and Tangy Orange or Mount Vernon, hey, yeah, I'll leave your name at the door.
Yes, most certainly. Another one that we like to say, here's a great example. Shawn Andrews. Hey, we had a duel against pick a team, Westland. Hey, I'm telling you right now, watch out for this 45-pounder. This kid is tough. For you guys, no, this kid from the other team. I know talent. This kid has it.
Nobody runs a better wrestling event than him. I really say that all the time. Tri, quad, whatever.
Yes.
He runs a top-notch tournament, whatever it is affiliated with wrestling.
Coach Marinelli, Olin Tangent Liberty, gets us up. Like you said, here's some brackets. Here's your name at the door. Here's some brackets. Here's a hospitality room. Anything you guys need.
2 days before the Patriot tournament and said, hey, how many bands do you guys need to get in the coaches room? What do you need for the tournament coming up in a couple of days? Just let me know. Adam Huddle, again, another guy. Hey, Kevin Cleveland, you can come up here. We'll leave your name at the door. Hospitality, what do you got? What do you guys need? Here you go. Thank you. So thank you, Coach Huddle. Another tournament I went to for the first time was the Dan Gardner Duels at Whitehall.
Yes.
Coach P does a great job over there, really
awesome dude.
Promoting wrestling in that area. What do you guys need? Here you go. I'll leave your name at the door. Once you get past there, the hospitality room, let me know what you need. Gave us some shirts.
Yep.
Gave me a couple shirts, so thank you. Ken Justice took over at
Newark.
And is keeping that tradition going alive. What Coach Martinez started there when he started.
Speaking of Coach Martinez.
Coach Martinez is another guy that anything we ever ask for, he's more than willing to share with us or give it to us, whatever we need. And last but not least, Coach Moody. Coach Moody does a great job. I'm sure you guys see us at the district tournament every year. He has a spot for us down there at the table where we can follow not only our district, but we follow what's going on the other district for our Division II guys, our Division III guys going on, so we can keep up to date with everyone from Columbus that's wrestling at that point to our Twitter account, our Facebook account, and Mark does a great job. And another guy, last but not least, is Chris Verhuda at St. Charles.
Yes.
It's the first time I've been out there. I reached out to him. He's like, oh, yeah, I love the show. I love what you guys do. I'll leave your name at the door, whatever you need. So,
Shawn, hold on. Before you gloss over Coach Moody, I got a call last night after the sectional tournament from Shawn. He's like, Mark, you're never going to believe this. Coach Moody's told me we're going to have 40 sponsors in the Darby district. He went on in the hospitality room. It had to have been 3 to 5 minutes. He went on about the hospitality room.
You didn't tell about my plan, did you?
No, definitely not. I'm not going to tell about that. But hospitality room was all the rage. He told me like 3 to 5 places. He told me all the stuff he loves from there. He's talking about Coach Moody this, Coach Moody that. I said, Shawn, dude, that's awesome. That is great. Was there any wrestling that occurred? Yeah, there was wrestling that occurred, but the first 3 to 5 minutes was all about the hospitality room. He's so amped up about this.
Well, if you've ever been to the hospitality room at Darby,
Coach Moody does a great job lining up people.
They do a great job. I mean, I've never been to the other district, but I'm telling you, out of all the 16 districts wrestled on Friday and Saturday.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12?
12?
12.
12, okay, 12.
Yep.
Thinking of the Indiana one.
Yeah, I got you, yeah.
12, like, there's no hospitality room better than Darby. I'm telling you.
Well, we got eyes up at Menor this year, so be ready.
Okay.
But Shawn, that's it. We've got Inside the Circle. We got Inside the Circle on Twitter. Follow us. ITC Pick'ems contest. We got Friday Night Fireworks coming up. We have our whiteboard predictions coming up. We will start releasing them at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, okay.
On Monday. Okay. No, that can't be right. Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesday at 1 o'clock we will release them every 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes we will release a weight class starting from 106, go all the way to 285, and then the team scores. Shawn, I am amped up about this.
There is one other thing of note we need to mention. Some people have asked me, are we going back to a 3-match for the go-to match, just like we did last year? Are we going to go to 4? I think that I talked to Coach Moody about that, and they're going to vote on that, I believe, Friday at the coaches meeting before it starts. I'm a fan of 3 just because of where that 4th one is located.
Yeah.
I think people on that side of the gym have a hard time seeing it.
Yes.
And being a marquee match like that going to state, I think it should be visibly there for all of us to see.
Right.
So I'm just a fan of it for visual purposes, but I also like the fact of
gives you more room on the edge of the mat.
I mean, spotlighting key matches.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely, yes.
Key matches. So
hope they get their popcorn.
I can't imagine anyone's going to vote to go with 4, but the stuff that people vote for in this district, we might wrestle.
That's true.
We might wrestle some of those matches in the auxiliary gym. I mean, I put nothing past these guys.
Yes, that's true. Well, there you go. Have it, Shawn.
Yeah,
episode 7 is a wrap.
It's a wrap. I know you guys are excited to see the whiteboard.
Yes.
So we'll start producing that and start uploading that tonight.
And now you are inside the circle.